All right. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome, welcome, and Happy New Year. Happy 2023. Um, we're excited to have you on. And um, I've missed you. I've missed the Chalk Talk. We got caught up in a little bit of the holiday season, and which was great. I hope you experienced great blessings with your family and your friends and all the different things. Maybe you didn't eat too much. Um, but we're ready to go in 2023. And today, I've actually got to set myself on a timer because I have a call with our company that I have to do with the owners today. So I'm going to have to set the timer, and Andrea is going to jump in and let me know. But I want to kickstart 2023. Next week, we're going to give some recognition out for the Catalyst Club. So if you're on the fence, if you're working to get in the Catalyst Club, keep fighting, keep scratching, keep clawing. We got till the end of this month, January the 31st, to get across the finish line. If you started with us there in November. But remember, as your new people come on, they get 90 days from the day they come on to be a part of the Catalyst Club. So we're excited about that. So I want to, this morning, how many of you, if you're a Coach's Corner member of our community, put a one in the chats if you get on the Coach's Corner. And if you say, I don't, put a 2 if you don't know what the Coach's Corner is. What is it,
Coach,
Andrew?
while you're doing that, I don't know the time I'm supposed to be setting this timer for.
Okay, well, I can't, I'm supposed to be on, I'm actually supposed to be on at 12:30, but if it's 12:40, I'm good.
Okay.
I'll get in late.
All right. I'll interrupt you again.
I mean, I got a lot to cover. So I didn't want this. This was actually a shotgun. We need you on a call. And so I had a lot for you this morning. So I'm going to bring it to you. But we have a lot of people a part of the Coach's Corner community. We love you. Keep showing up. We're going to have a great 2023 with the words that we share for 15 minutes every morning. If you don't know about the Coach's Corner community, Andrea is going to put it in the chats to let you know where the Coach's Corner community is, okay? So that you can tune in with us every morning, be a part of that community, because it just continues to grow. Now, we covered in there this morning, and I want to bring this to light, okay? Because I think this is super important going into 2023, is scarcity versus abundance. And I challenge you, as you tune into to the Chalk Talk or anything else that you tune into for your business, you tune in with an abundance mindset, okay? An abundance mindset. So I'm just going to share a few with you. Scarcity mindset versus abundance. And I've been on both sides of the equation, and you probably have too. But I don't want to be on the scarcity in 2023. And I want to share with you point of view on scarcity. You're a victim. Maybe you're a bully. Or maybe you're just simply checked out. Maybe life has got you in quicksand. That's a scarcity point of view. An abundance point of view is you are in the driver's seat. You know who's going to affect Andrea Rosser's 2023? Andrea Rosser. Like she is the driver. She's in the driver's seat. That's an abundance point of view. A physical energy. Physical energy. Here's a scarcity on physical energy. You've got a contracted body. You're tense. Your jaws are clenching. Like you find yourself through the day short of breath. Like that's all scarcity. Here's an abundance mindset on physical energy. Relaxed, alert. Your posture's up. You're rooted. You're balanced. You're breathing deeply, evenly. And then I'm going to go to emotional energy. Where are you at today coming in here on the third day of 2023? Emotional energy. Scarcity, emotional energy is draining energy in the room. If you were to walk in this room today, is your thoughts negative? would you be draining the room? Are you feeling frustrated, impatient, overwhelmed, afraid, angry, powerless? All of those are scarcity. But let's flip it over to abundance. You're feeling empowered. You're in the driver's seat, engaged. You're here on the chalk talk. You're positive. You're thinking about the positive things of 2023. You're working something bigger than yourself. And that's where I want to stop, because where I hope to go today is my goal is to inspire you that you're on the right track to creating something that's bigger than you. Like maybe it's a grandkid that you want to just leave a little nest egg to. Maybe it's your kids that you go, I'm about to leave a financial windfall to them one day. Or maybe it's your grandmother that you go, you know what? I'm going to make sure I secure this so that I can take care of Granny, right? How many of you called your grandmother Granny? Okay, maybe that's just me. All right. So I don't know what it is for you, but you got to find that it's bigger than you. Okay. I want to give a personal for me. I have for the last several years of my life, probably at least 8, I've had moments in my years where I've just let myself go. Like I've let myself go. I'll get busy with work and I'm the last person. I'm like, I'll eat Taco Bell. I'll do whatever I want to. You know, I say I'm healthy. I'll hide it in my clothes, but I don't feel healthy. My stomach doesn't feel good in the morning. Maybe I've drank a little too much, whatever it may be. Like I'm just being honest with you. I've let myself go at times in my journey. And I'm coming into 2023. It's my journey. I've got to compete with myself. But I'm at 47 years old, I'm going to have the healthiest year of my existence. Like I'm going to become more lean. I'm down almost, I think I've told you guys, in my journey, I'm down close to 25 pounds. My stomach feels good. I'm leaning up more. I'm using Renew as my product, my go-to product. And my mental game is so much better, but it's bigger than me, right? I have a challenge because I've let myself down and other people down so many times by saying, oh, I'm going on this journey, and then I'll quit on myself, right? And I'm not quitting on myself this time. For me, right? And it's just and I'm just sharing that with you because I believe if you put it out there, you guys will keep me accountable. And so I hope that's a lesson that I practice really what I say, and the fact that I think you got to announce it to the world what your goal is. You know, I was at a meeting last night, and there was I'm not like, don't think that I'm slamming like having a beer, like I'm not. But for me, I've overcome the ability, Arlene. You might be froze or you're really frowning at me right now. Just kidding. So I've caught myself in life where I didn't want to do it, but I said yes to it. Have you ever been there before where you're like, I don't really want to eat the bad food, but I'm here and they are offering it, so I might as well eat it. I don't really want to have the beer, but it's here and they offered it, so I got to drink. And so I'm starting to become comfortable with saying, hey, no, thank you, and moving on, right? It's okay not to have it. And so it's a personal journey for me, and I'm just being vulnerable with you guys. So that's where I'm moving into 2023. What is yours? You know, what's your bigger than you for the year? And when I look at abundance, that's what it encompasses. You're on a mission to do something that's bigger than just you. For whatever that reason is. Is it relationships? Is it your finances? Is it your health? Like, what is it? So I want to move today to what I hope you can focus around going right now into, we're all in network marketing. We're all in this thing together. Okay. And I want to specifically talk about like why, like, I want us to understand that from a business model standpoint, we're in the perfect business model. Nick Pappas from South Africa would tell you, he believes that network marketing is absolutely the perfect business model for people. It's we're not perfect, but it is one of the most perfect business models, right? We're not perfect because we're human. We're not perfect because Anthony will make me mad and I'll make him mad and we'll say something we don't really mean and all this stuff. So it's flawed because of human interaction, right? There's no perfect person. There's only one. Walk the world. So and but our business model is so beautiful. And I want to share with you why somebody, now you don't have to be a Donald Trump fan. Okay. This is not politics or anything. But Donald Trump was put on and he was asked about network marketing one time. How many of you watched that or heard that or seen the clip of that? And they said, Donald, if you lost all of your money today, what would you come back and do? And he said, I believe I would come back and be a network marketer. And the crowd laughed at him big time. And he looked to the crowd and said, hey, that's why you're out there and I'm up here. That's why you're out there laughing in the cheap seats and I'm being interviewed about being a billionaire. And he went on to say that network marketing is so powerful because of what you can start it for and then how you can tap into not only sales, but leverage. And here's where I want your energy to go today. Okay. Why is it the perfect business model? Because you can take the money you make here and you can go use it, leverage that money to make more money in the world. Okay. If you look at it from that perspective, I can take a portion of the money here and I can go use it throughout the course of the weeks or years or months or years to move it into other areas where my money goes and works for me, right? Without me having to be there. So I want to draw this up because I think you've got to be in that abundance mindset. So network marketing, I want you to be able to see this. So I wrote big today. There's a sales side of network marketing. And here's where I want you to focus on. Sales side of network marketing. That means, and I'm going to use, let's see, who can I use this morning? I'm going to use, I'm going to use Julie Bradshaw. So Julie comes in, okay? And what is really Julie's goal? To get people in and get them on Subscribe and Save. Like that, ultimately, think about it. If Julie built a massive organization, if you will, of all these dots that represent people, and as many as she can on those dots, she got them on. Remember, in our company, you get in on $29.95 and get them on 100 points of Subscribe and Save. And what that does is that unlocks loyalty shopping. It unlocks 30% off of all of their products. So she gets all these people, right? She enrolls them as brand partners. She enrolls them as customers. She enrolls them however. But her goal is, I want to build a distributorship of, let's just say, brand partners that have a Subscribe and Save. Okay? Follow me here. And then you're going to move them along. You're going to get them in, get them paid, and then hopes to move them along our title advancements, our pin ranks, right? But at the end of the day, they're paying you residually because they're on Subscribe and Save. So if I'm moving somebody and getting them in the business, take the time to get them on Subscribe and Save, because that is the art of networking. Like, that's sales. The bigger the person's downline of people in and on Subscribe and Save, they're the people that's tapping into residual income. It's going to pay them month over month over month when somebody runs out of their product purchase. But here's the hidden gem. Here's what Donald Trump knows. Here's the gem of network marketing that I want you to get excited about. Leverage. Here's why you need to focus in 2023 on both channels. I have people all the time that's like, Brent, you like, I can't, nobody on my team will do anything. And it's like, well, how many people you got on your team? Well, I got 2. I'm like, well, all right, then we might need to get a few more. Okay, it's okay. You got 2. I got 1. They won't do anything. It's the wrong way to look at it. They are doing something. They're creating sales, which is driving residual income for you. So it's a win. It is an absolute win. Does that make sense? Like, put a yes in the chat if you're following me here. Like, I hope I'm adding some value. I want you to focus there. Like, this is winning, but this is the art. Leverage is the art of network marketing. And this is why when you get people in your business in 2023, and if you'll just start from scratch, like you've never built a business in 2023 and you're just starting all over, it's the best way to build. Just start new. The best network marketers in the world can start over again and again and again and again and again. I brag on Jeff Roberti from Juice Plus. You know, don't go join his organization. I'm kidding. So I brag on him because Jeff has made over $100 million in network marketing. Like, he has built grassroots. Some people talk about how big they've built the industry, but you've never seen them work grassroots. Belly to belly. This guy, Jeff Roberti's in his 60s. He just had an event in Australia, still with the same company, still belly to belly, still doing his deal. You go, how do you know Jeff Roberti? He runs side by side with my mentor, Gary Racer, when they were distributors for years. He's still with the same company, still building a downline. He said the network marketer that can rinse and repeat and start over will build the biggest business. We'll build the biggest leverage. We'll build everything bigger. He said, I just got good at starting over. So where are you at today? Got to kick the trophies, got to start over. That's what any good network marketer does. But as you're building your sales, you're putting all these people, you're finding ways to touch base with them. All these people you're putting in, you got them on Telegram. What kind of communication do you have with your people that are paying you residually every month? Dissect yourself. Is it poor communication? Do you ever thank them? Do you ever send them a card? Do you ever write them? Do you ever call them? Or do you just want them to pay you every single month? Think about it. Think about it. What kind of communication channel have you got? And when you get that communication channel, do you have them in a group chat? Do you have them in a Facebook group? I mean, there's a ton of different things you can do to keep your people in check in your group. But here's what you're looking for. You're looking for somebody that is inside of this sales force that is unsubscribe and save, that's like got their little hand up going, hey, I want to do more. I want to funnel my network to you so that we can recruit. It's all of you. Like, all of you are raising your hand right now because at 12 Central, you're willing to get on a Zoom and learn and grow. So guess what? We're looking for more of you, because I could take somebody like Colleen and go, hey, Colleen, let's make a names list together, and next week let's compete to see if we can get that names list on a Zoom with me. Let's get them eyeball to eyeball with me. If you'll funnel them to me, I'll get them in your business. And Colleen says, heck yeah, I want to go grow a business. So here's what happens. When you find a Colleen, you circle them and you move them out, okay? You move them out, not literally, but visually, you move Colleen out, and guess what you're creating? Colleen's group. Subscribe and save. Now you're building her a line. Our job is to get people paid. The more people we identify that wants to get out of here and start growing, and you duplicate yourself with Colleen, which is called leverage. See, so many times I hear somebody that says, Ashley Paulson's never said this, but when we use her for an example, she goes, I got a lot of people. They're just not doing anything. Yeah, they are. They're paying you every month. They're paying you every month on auto ship. So they are doing something. She says, yeah, but I ain't got but just one person, and it's Christy. I mean, she's the only one that will do something over in Gillette, Wyoming. And it's like, perfect. Go duplicate yourself with Christy. Go get a names list started. Go get Christy funneling people to you so you can then start her sales force, which is getting her paid, getting her a residual. And then guess what you're going to do? You're going to find somebody down here, and it just so happens to be Nick Pappas from South Africa, and you're going to teach him, and you're going to duplicate yourself with Nick. Now you've moved from you to now I've still got this. Now I duplicated it into Colleen, and I duplicated it into Nick, and we're off and running. Does that make sense? And so now when we start this trend, you're looking up going, I'm not the only one working now. Now I got Colleen that understands. Now I got Nick that understands in South Africa. Now we're all creating leverage in this beautiful industry called network marketing. That's why Donald Trump would do this industry if he lost everything, because for no money up front, very little, a couple of $100, and the ability for the company to produce the products, to ship the products, to handle the logistics, and all I got to do is connect the dots of people. That's why it's so beautiful. But here's what most people do in network marketing. It's the tactical era. You got to ask yourself, are you this person? Notice what I did. Who's Colleen working with? Me. Who's Nick working with? Me. Okay. Who am I working with? Somebody. Like I've got a 2x2. Here's what most people do. Tactical era. You get started. You make a names list. Okay. Which we've been working on that. 10 a day, 10 a day, 10 a day. How many of you stayed the course with the names list? Okay. You can answer that. So here's the deal. You get started. You make your names list. And then the question is not reaching out to these people. The question is, who's your 2x2? Who's your running mate? Is it Ashley? Is it Andrea? Is it Nick Pappas? Because what a good networker is going to do is take this number one and find a way to get him in front of Nick Pappas, because he's my 2x2. So I want to turn my names list. I want to turn my names list over to Nick. I want to hey, buddy, I got something crazy. I got to get you in front of Nick. Okay. Do you understand that? If you're muscling it by yourself, that's not the art of network marketing. It's not. The art of network marketing is finding someone and connecting them to a 2x2 person. You working and talking with that person, you get them enrolled. Soon as they enroll, they become part of your sales team, like Julie here. And then we start building her downline with salespeople on Subscribe and Save. We're trying to recognize somebody like Colleen that wants to go do it just like us. And now we're starting to create leverage. Does this add value? Does this make sense? Andrea, I can't see the chat. So are we
Yes.
on board? Okay.
Mhm.
I'm hoping that's the power of what you have in your hands. Like we're all sitting in a multiple $100 million company that's worldwide. I told Nick Pappas yesterday on a Zoom in South Africa, I said, my goal for this year is to be patience. I want patience. I want patience to take the time to jump on a Zoom, to connect with Nick for the potential of getting to know him more and seeing where that turns. What does that turn into? It's not going to turn into $1 million yesterday, but it absolutely could turn into $1 million by the end of this year. It could be $1 million business, but I got to put the sweat in first. So, but I got to understand the psychological advantage of network marketing. Why would Donald Trump come to network marketing? Why is it the best business model there is? We're not perfect, but it's the best. And so that's what I want you to understand the philosophy of. And then, oh man, I'm gonna get to this. And if you understand the philosophy of you've got your list right now, make sure you have a connection. Find somebody that will connect with you. And the typical era is somebody will see somebody in the company that everybody goes to and they'll all want to connect to that person. That's not good. That person's busy. Find someone that you and them can just banter back and forth with phone calls and start to make them, like start to connect the dots. I call it rolling over the rock. When I'm talking to somebody about doing business, I go, listen, I don't know if there's any synergy between me and you in business, but I'd love to connect you with somebody and just figure out. Like, I don't know what's there, but I'd like to just engage in a conversation and see where the conversation leads. And you know what? Nobody says no to that. I didn't talk about product. I didn't talk about, I just talked about synergy of two people. And they're like, yeah, sure. And then we take business is about communication. Communication is business. Okay. So if you're just having communication with somebody, you are in essence moving the needle of business. And so I want you to understand this, and I hope I have time. We got 15 minutes. I'm gonna move quick. The other thing I wanted to show you is, okay, we got the model. I want to give you our comp plan and why the system of growth is parallel to our comp plan, why it makes sense. And I love, me and Tracy Turnberg go together all the time on this, because his mindset when he worked to develop the system of growth was to have something that made sense, that people could tap into, that could move them along the pin ranks in the comp plan without having to explain the comp plan. Right? Something simple. And I don't know if I'm going to get time to all of it. I hope. I'm going to try. So here's the thing I want you to know. I'm going to take you really quick through this, okay? Don't let the facts get in the way of a good story. I'm going to try to make this make sense, all right? So here's the different ways. Think about this. We're paid team lead bonus. We're paid base pay. We're paid match pay, okay? We're paid income bonus when you optimize. We're paid pay line bonus when you optimize, okay? Now, we're paid a savings bonus when you qualify for it. Now, here's the thing. These three things you might not have right now, but I believe you got to visually see them in your future or you're not going to get them. Like, you got to see yourself optimizing and know what it is so you know what to run for. Okay? And you got to understand. So here's the beauty. Team lead, okay? I want you to understand this. What makes this make sense? What qualifies you for team lead? $29.95, 100 points of subscribe and save. That's really it, right? If you look at it, the comp plan says you got 4 weeks. You got 4 weeks from that point to attain your position of either a activate, a business, a elite, or a ultimate, right? Which goes from 15% to 30%. So I'm going to say that again. So team lead bonus, this is what I've got to do to people. Remember, going back to building that sales force, okay? I don't want to confuse you too much, but I want to tell you. So the sales right here, $29.95, 100 points to subscribe and say, you feel your pyramid, as everybody likes to call it, in a negative way, you fill your pyramid up with people on subscribe and say, and you, my friend, are going to have a healthy business. Okay. What do? $29.95, 100 points of subscribe and save. Now, I'm trying to parallel this really quick with the beauty of the system of growth. So follow me. So here is on team lead bonus, trying to make this big where you can see it. Team lead bonus, $29.95. Remember, you got 4 weeks to do what? Identify, activate, business. Trying to be quick. Elite and ultimate. Who would like to talk like just a quick, easy explanation on the comp plan? Could all of you just put it up on the board and share it with us? Okay, if not, then maybe this will help you today. So to get to activate in 4 weeks, I got to get 200 points of product. I got to buy or sell 200 points of product, buy or sell. To get to business, I got to do 500. To get to elite, I got to do 1,000. To get to ultimate, I got to do 1,500. Okay. But to get them in the business, I got to do $29.95, and I need to get them on subscribe and save of 100 points. Then we got 4 weeks to lock them down. Now, what I love about the system of growth is it locks them down from the start. Okay. Once they come in as a brand partner, but you don't start that way. So we're going to get to that in a minute. But team lead basically says, wherever you're at, if you're activate 15%, 20%, 25%, 30% for life when you lock down that spot. Well, what does that mean? Well, if once I lock an activate down, if it's 15%, then I come here, if I make a 100-point sale, I'm going to get 15% of that. Okay. So 15 bucks. So if I make a 100-point sale, I get $15. So team lead bonus is pretty easy. You lock your spot down in 4 weeks, and then you make the percentage of your points. Put a 1 if that makes sense. So you understand that. But that is the art. Like, so we want to fill this thing up with people. Like, that's the first thing of network marketing. How many people can you get on subscribe and say? All right. Now, I'm not going to have time to go into the rest, but I want to parallel this to the system of growth. Okay. How much time do I have? 10 minutes?
5 minutes.
Okay. System of growth. Here's what I love about the system of growth. I believe that this bad boy right here, and you know, South Africa, they've got we are not consolidated globally across. We acknowledge that. But the system of growth is a powerful tool, and I want you to think about how you can develop it in your market. Here's why. Because it accommodates our comp plan. It parallels with our comp plan. So think about it. Think about it. So I'm gonna do the bases, right? I'm gonna bring you up here. I don't know if can you see that, Andrew? Did I draw that too small?
We can see it.
Okay. Think about it. The first step is just so let's just say I've got the first step is I want to get the 5-day trial out. I want a pipeline. I want to fill it up. So the first step is I've made my names list that you guys have come up with, and I'm going to start filling the pipeline with these $25 renew packs, getting people on first base. Okay. And then we know now tonight, just like tonight we've got the Renew Stories Zoom. So you go, okay, if I'm in Africa, I'm going to figure out a way. If I'm in Canada, I'm going to figure out my niche. Like we're going to figure out globally niches for calls. So we're going to funnel these people into this Tuesday. And then Tuesday is designed to get them to purchase a box. So currently we're batting about 50%. So if you get 10 trials out, we're putting about 5 of them in boxes if you're following the system. So here's the thing. How many of you have used the system and you've moved trials and you've moved boxes? Maybe put it in the chats. Me. Guys, it's working. Like, so if you're somebody that's a scarcity mindset going, this don't work, this can't work in my market, well, you're closing yourself off to scarcity. But if you've got an abundance mindset, just look at the chats. Like if I didn't think it worked, I would be scared to get the me comments going because they'd be ghosting me. So here's the thing. People start moving the box, right? And now we're going to take all these participants. If you add up 28-day supply and they've been on it for 5 days, what is that? 33 days of usage that I take to identify to move them to this Thursday call that me and Tracy does, or others in the company does with one of us. And that job is designed to do what? Funnel them into being a brand partner. Being a brand partner. Now think about it. When you become a brand partner, what are we asking you to do? $29.95, 100 points of subscribe and save, and choose one of 2 options, activate or a business pack of Renew. Activate gives you 1 box and 10 trials. The business gives you 4 boxes. If you have a spouse and somebody wants to grow fast, and 20 trials. But think about this. That's 200 points. That's 500 points. So think about what we just did with this person. So this person enrolls, they're ready to go. They come in on an activate pack. Well, what did I just show you in the comp plan? We just set them up without having to explain it. They're now making 15%, and they've got 4 weeks to go from 15% to 30. So without explaining the comp plan, we just said, look, here's what we want you to do. Make a list of 10 people in the next 7 days. We're going to get this out. We're going to make you $250, 25 times 10. Boom. What? We're getting people paid, little wins, right? And then we're going to move them around the bases. We're going to move them around the bases, get these boxes done. What happens when we upgrade people to a box? We put them in as a customer, right? What happens to your what happens to you moving through from 200 points to 500 points? Now we're moving you down in that 4-week period, okay, which is working the comp plan. And then ultimately we're driving them to be a brand partner. Guys, the reason I share that with you is because if you're sitting there with 5-day trials, you're sitting here with a company that's about to launch their name in February. You're sitting here in an industry where just go look at the economy. More and more people, it's traditional. It's been, or not traditional, it's been done over and over and over in network marketing. When the economy's down, when inflation is up, when mortgage prices, like all of that is high, people flood to network marketing. How many of you know that statistic? People come to our industry in groves when times are tough. Look around at the global scale. I've been saying it, but I'm not so sure if it's been time yet. But now I'm seeing it. Now I'm looking at you going, go, it's happening. People are enrolling. Andrea Rosser, you're on a call with me at 7 in the morning with a lady that is in a network marketing company that just joined our team. Doesn't matter name wise or anything. Andrea, maybe you can unmute. Where was her mindset? I know we're out of time, but where was this lady? Listen, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, 4 months ago, she might not have taken a look.
No, she's absolutely looking to build and make money right now. And her
What
big
has she
thing
already
was
done?
well, she's made a lot of money in the industry.
And what has she done since she's enrolled with us?
Oh, well, she enrolled, first of all, she saw the vision, big vision, you're out of time, but she saw big vision. So she got the business pack. And before she's not even tried the product yet. Well, no, she had a 5-day trial. That's all she's done. She's sold 2 boxes. And I have no clue at this point how many of those trials she's moved already.
And she was enrolled by a lady that has been in the industry for a long time. I'm not going to name names, but I'll tell you this. Can I name names? All right, Cynthia Bolden. She is following the system of growth, and she is in Oxford, Mississippi, and she's putting these 5-day trials out. This lady is a big earner in another company. She's now with us, and she is now building. And the system of growth brought her here. She said it's simple, it's duplicatable, it makes sense, and people get paid quick. As I'm telling you, now is the time. So I shared this with you today because I want your belief in the industry, like of why you're doing this and why it's so powerful and why big time people that's got big time money would come and do this if it was all depleted. That's what we have in our hands. I'm sorry I got to jump off. I've got to jump on with the owners, but guys, I love you. I appreciate you. Happy New Year. We're going to do these chalk talks. Invite your team to them. I hope this added value today. I love you. I appreciate you. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Good night.